Welcome to the show. It's Chris Denman live in St. Louis, and it's Drinks with the Band. I'm joined by E.T. live in Los Angeles. If you're tuning in for the first time, what we do is we make a drink, we tell some stories, and we just work it out. We have a good time, and then Abraham Alexander is slated to join us as we move throughout the program. E.T., what is up, my man? It's the last show of the year. Great to see you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I can't believe the next time I see you, it's a whole new year.
Yeah, and I got real, it's next week, next month, next year. Whoa.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, buddy. We've got drinks to get to. We've got a top 5 list that we want to talk about. We've got prizes to give away. Let's jump right in, man. I want to just go ahead and make the drink. You want to get into it? This is a great seasonal drink, my friend.
Hey, look, it's Drinks with the Band, not Drinks with the Band. You know what I mean?
Great point.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a fun one. This is a drink I like to call Tux on Top. The reason being, a lot of us are going to be celebrating the new year with friends via Zooms like this and chats like this. And, people might want to dress up, but since you're only really seeing this much of someone,
perfect.
You might just be Tux on top.
Yeah.
Jammies on bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've been chilling in the jammies the last few days?
Yeah, look, we had, I think you judged me a little harsh last week about my love for Hallmark movies. It almost felt like me telling you I love Hallmark movies was you finding out that Robert Plant uses auto-tune. That's how much you seem to be offended by.
It took it down that road, didn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, a lot of pajamas, a lot of hot cocoa spiked with some fun stuff, and puppy piles and Hallmark movies.
That's not bad. Week. I can't blame you. Between that and then what did I see? So that sounds super pleasant. And then I saw our friend Artur, who is with Jack Daniels, Brown-Forman. He's been surfing in Brazil the last week, and I saw a picture of that, and I was like, what's happening here? I'm over here working my tail off in the Midwest.
Well, that could be one of your resolutions, that next year, this time, you chill out a little bit. Take some time for yourself.
You know what? I think I might, but tonight, I want to chill out with this drink. What do we have,
Yeah,
buddy?
let's do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, super simple drink, but very New Year's Eve. So we're going to start out with a shot of Jack Daniels, 1.5 ounces.
Oh, I'm
pour that right in your fancy.
Party time. I'm going to make a couple of these because we've got Monk and Kieris in the engineering booth. Maybe they want to have one.
Perfect. Yeah, maybe it might.
That's how it works. I got a little interested in this when I saw it. I love the champagne inclusion, but you've got a liqueur that you're including.
Yeah, so
and we get the Dirty Suit cherries, which I'm always a fan of.
We do. Always fun. Yeah, the liqueur, it's a banana liqueur. There's a couple of really great brands on the market. And Jack has an inherent banana note that's very subtle. So sometimes it's fun to use a little bit of a banana something to kind of brighten that note that's already in Jack Daniels. So I'm going to put a 1/2 ounce of this banana liqueur into my tin.
Now, is there any snobbery in the banana liqueur community? Like, does the more expensive stuff, is it better typically?
Yeah, I don't know about I think there are better liqueurs on the market today than, let's say, when I started bartending in the 90s. Back then it was all fake flavorings and sugars and banana might not be in the ingredients. And now it's a lot more natural stuff. So I don't think it's the money aspect. I just think people are making better products.
That's a good point. That's a really good way to put it. It's not necessarily just about pumping it out there. There's going to be people that actually care about the quality.
Yeah. Look, I think when cocktails started becoming a thing, like the food revolution of the 80s with Julia Childs and Emerald, and then it just bloomed in the networks about food and books and everything. I think cocktails came after that. And once that started, a lot of ingredients that might have fallen by the wayside from years past came back into fashion. And also people started revisiting, what we were putting in our drinks. And if the first thing is looking at ingredients, right? So, if you can't pronounce it, you don't know what it is, it's probably not something you want to drink.
It's like xanthan gum or whatever.
Yeah, stuff. I mean, look, there are stuff that just stabilizes things, but in terms of this flavor number 2.7 isn't the same as,
Yeah.
macerating with real fruits and stuff.
Right.
And the last ingredient before we shake is a little French aperitif called Le Lait Blanc, just to kind of brighten it up. And it's a little dry and nice and has some good flavor in there that's going to tie the whole room together with the banana and the jack.
Done and done. Okay.
All right, and now we're going to shake it.
All right. This is
You
my
can
favorite
stir,
part.
you can shake it, either one. This one I'm going to shake tonight. Nice, good work.
You know, I'm
And now I
getting
take
I'm getting
my-
moved up to bar back
Bar
next
back.
week. Uh-huh.
Now I have my pre-chilled coupe. Strain this right in there. Beautiful.
Got to look out for the people in the back.
No, I like it. I like it. I like it. You're really coming along. You're
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm trying to get that lunch shift on Tuesday.
and now you just top it off with a little bit of champagne or whatever sparkling you have.
The Corbel, California.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, California. Ah, how nice of you to shout out California. Makes me feel loved.
We get quite a few people too to give from California. I think we sent a prize to California last week or this week, and it always warms my soul. All right, we've got ourselves
now-
a cocktail. We do a cherry.
Yeah, a little cherry on top.
Bada bing. Bada boom.
Delicious.
Hello. We've got a cocktail worthy of Abraham Alexander. Great.
Yes, it's coming on soon.
All right. Great work, E.T., with the celebratory cocktail.
Yeah.
Cheers. It's
Cheers.
It's been a year.
Yeah, man, and we're almost through it. Bigger and
Cheers,
better.
everybody. Yes. Engineers, if you'd like a drink, I would recommend getting that before I take it down 2 times. So tonight we have some prizes to give away. We've got a poster that's signed from Abraham Alexander. We'll show you that. Look at that. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
he's like, hey, let's do a signed poster. That's fun. And then we've also got a very interesting treat from Jack Daniels to give away, and we can tell them how and what it's going to be. What do you have for us, E.T.?
So I want to kind of put some positivity out in the air. So I found this Jack Daniels cooler backpack, thinking this is for traveling or going to a festival where you want to throw some beers in there and then your stuff on top. And since we're not doing that right now, this is my way of saying, hey, win this, and it's going to put some good energy out in the world. So soon enough, you're going to be using this at your favorite campgrounds or festival or out with friends hiking.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. It amazed me too. I know this isn't always I don't ever want it to come off like it's some kind of a weird Jack Daniels infomercial, but you guys, you push the show out there, and people love Jack Daniels branded stuff. Like, you're the king of that. I'm sure you've traded like a car for a hat, for the right hat. Like, people get so excited about it, and I guess it's just
People
because
do, man.
it's a classic brand. Yeah.
When I do events, you'd be maybe not surprised after saying that, but so many people come up to me and they pull out their phone, they show me their collections of Jack Daniels signs and bags and pins and things they've got for years and stuff I've never seen. One guy, years and years ago, Jack Daniels made a beer. The concept didn't last long, but they made beer openers, but the beer opener spins like a spin the bottle, so it points at it was like a spin the bottle beer opener.
Very nice.
I don't know if that's what they were using it for, but it works just like that. So, that's me and my wife play all the time. Like, oh, you again.
Oh gosh, the dog misses out. Yeah, that's a wild time at the Tchaikovsky house. So
Yeah, it's good times. It's good times.
Um,
But go ahead.
no, I was going to say, you've got a unique way for people to kind of get in on this tonight. This is a pretty cool prize, and I'm excited about the positivity around it. But how do you
Yeah.
want people to participate to enter?
I feel like one constant, and for the show and for us, and the one thing that really glues us together is music. And thinking about my year, music's been a big help to me. If I'm trying to get motivated to work out or to walking the dogs or whatever it is, whatever mood you're in, music kind of helps enhance the experience. And surprisingly, there were songs that I listened to this year that if you would have asked me 3 years ago, hey, you think you're going to listen to this song 1,000 times in 2020? I'm like, no way. I think I've heard it 3 times my whole life. And then I'm looking at my playlist from the year. I'm like, wow, that song popped up a lot. So I guess the thing is, put in the chat, what's the one song or a song that you remember kind of helping you get through 2020? What is that song for you? And we'll pick one of those songs and you will win that fun Jack Daniel's cooler backpack.
Is it okay that I called it a Jack Pack?
You can call it whatever you want. Makes sense. I used to call, because there's the Rat Pack and Sinatra drank Jack. So I call like groups of people at a Jack event the Jack Pack, but we can take it off that and put it onto this cooler bag.
Yeah, let us know. Give us a song in the comments that's gotten you through. We've got 5 or 6 to share with you guys tonight before Abraham Alexander comes on and plays some tunes live from Texas. But start us off, ET. What's give me? I don't know. They don't have to be in order, but give me.
I'm going to give you the most obvious song first. Get it out of the way, because otherwise it's just going to sit there and have to come out at some point. One song that has been with me for years and years, but definitely through 2020, this little indie band a lot of people haven't heard of called the Led Zeppelin Band. And there's a real deep cut called Cashmere.
Oh, wow.
But,
what a hipster. What a hipster. Oh, somebody
no one
get
likes
this guy
it
a
but me.
pitchfork.
I'm the only one at the shows. But that concert in 2007, that version of Cashmere, I probably listened to a bazillion times this year, and it never fails to get me through whatever I needed to get me through. So the first song I'll throw out there and get it out of the way, the obvious choice for me is Cashmere by Led Zeppelin.
I like that. That's a classic from you. I'm going to go with a more, I guess, super contemporary. Like there's a group, they're a duo, I think they're from Montreal, called Chromeo. Super fun, just funky, electronic, just crazy. They put out a quarantine album, like an EP, or like it was like 6 songs, and they have a song called 6 Feet Away. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
I think, and like their music's all just kind of silly fun anyway, and that's not to knock them at all. But I think it's like a weird way of kind of like stamping the time without being too like, if you were too like, I haven't listened to the song, but like I guess Clapton and what's his face put out some kind of weird anthem.
That's the song that at least got me through 2020.
Right.
It really is for 2 musicians that a lot of people revere, and you could call Astral Weeks, a lot of people call it one of the greatest written albums of all times. And Clapton, whether you love him or don't love him, you can't really deny his impact on music. Man, that's a song that they should not have put out.
Idiots.
It is awful. And then all the people that are digging up all the old dirt on them, it just makes it even worse. And I mean, worse for them. I'm like over it completely. I don't really need to hear another one. So I can say goodbye to all that.
Yes, and maybe it's a weird correlation, but I find that Chromeo song to be the exact opposite. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like an appropriate, like fun thing that'll maybe makes people happy in a super weird time. So what's your next one?
So the next one, this is the one that surprised me the most, because growing up, as much as I love music, there was one band that so many people loved that I didn't get until it was too late, and that was the Grateful Dead. And I had a lot of opportunities to see them growing up and never did. So it's a real bummer for me that I really got into them after, Jerry died.
Oh, we got to pause and
and I didn't love it when it came out. It seemed like a pop song.
Having some internet
issues.
You cut up for just a second. I think you're back. But
gotcha.
Basically what you're saying is you're upset you didn't get to sell acid in the parking lot
yes.
for a 10-year span.
I didn't trade a grilled cheese sandwich for a space cake, right? So
no, I can relate to that, because it's one of those things where like I've never been into that culture. I get annoyed by like, the Fish culture or that culture, but then a bunch of bands that I like probably directly would be like, yeah, they're an influence. Like I enjoy that. So if Spotify were to like do the algorithm, like it would be like, no, you'll probably like this song by them. So that many
Yeah.
people being that into it and everything, like, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
and I got
Grateful
into
Dead.
it later, but and then the song I didn't like it when it came out. It didn't feel like the Dead, but I listened to it a billion times. Was Touch of Grey, which was a much later song.
Yeah.
Um, but oddly enough, I don't know. It came on and
Got you through. We're having
never
internet fun with that. But I've got another one for you, or I've got one in that same vein from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' first album. And also, speaking of Van Morrison, it's a song called Mystery Man that definitely sounds like he was trying to do his Van Morrison. I can't remember. I heard a podcast with his guitar player, and they were talking about that song, and I was like, oh, I should go back and check that out. And I've listened to that damn thing, I don't know how many times, and it came out in the 70s, I guess. And I'd probably heard it, but never paid attention. But it's a good tune. It's like it takes you to that time period for sure.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's a really good song. Tom Petty was in the rotation. He didn't make my top five, but he was definitely in the rotation quite a bit. One song that's old, but I discovered it during the shutdown. I knew the guy, but not the song. There's a guy named Jonathan Edwards. He had a hit in the 70s. Now it's escaping me, but he covered another guy's song, and the song is called Sometimes by Jonathan. Well, sung by Jonathan Edwards. And now, of course, I'm spacing on the guy who actually wrote the song, but it's great. It's like just a heartbreaking song. I don't know why it was so relevant this year, because you kind of want the opposite of heartbreaking, but it's just a really, really well-written song, and the arrangement's great, and it's just another one I never skipped. It just popped on and dug it. Some Jonathan Edwards, and he's start going down his hole. He's great, really talented guy.
Definitely will have to check that out. Associate producer Michael Cook says Brighter Days by J.J. Gray and Mofro. Is it Mofro? Mafro? I never know. I'm not sure. But keeping it moving for me, maybe not so much of a surprise. I think I said this was my number one song of the year. Our boy Womack and Future Birds, they have a song called Killing Ground. They have a song called Rodeo that's amazing to listen to live too. But whether it be through the 473 appearances he made on programs that we had, because he's such a good sport, I wore that shit out, man. The song Killing Ground by Future Birds. I don't know. It hits. And that was like my number one song of the year I played on Spotify. And it gets played to this day, quite a bit still.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
would
that's
say
a pretty obvious one.
I'd say of all the guests we had on this year, more of their songs got onto my Spotify lists than anyone.
So
And
good, right?
yeah, really good. Just a good vibe, good song, good songwriting, and really just it just feels like you heard it before, even though you never heard it before.
Yes,
And
that's the
it's hard to do.
familiarity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. Another song, again, not her song, but Melanie, who did Brand New Key, that was in Boogie Nights, and I mean it's a song from the 70s, but it resurfaced in Boogie Nights. She has another song she covered of Dylan called Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. And even though it's like about relationships, I believe, who knows what Dylan meant, but it feels like a relationship song. But also just that line, Don't Think Twice, It's All Right, just felt very relevant for this year. Like, just don't, there's too much bad stuff to think about. You turn on the news, so just don't think about it. Just keep moving on with your life and keep doing what you need to do to get you and the people that you love through it. And just that sentiment in that song, even though I don't think the song is about that line just kind of made me feel that way. So, and it also started me on a very, I think I bought 3 Melanie albums during the shutdown, just to kind of dig into what she did and support her, because what a beautiful voice, and she's written some really good songs. She kind of broke out at Woodstock and had some big years, and then kind of until Boogie Nights, I don't think a lot of people thought enough of her music.
Right.
So hopefully that helped her out.
Is that a Woodstock T-shirt you're wearing? I see.
Oh, it is.
Something.
It is. Look at that.
Nice pull. Where's that from? It looks new.
I want to say Santa put it in my stuffing, but my stocking as a stocking stuffer, but I believe Santa's name is Mom, and it was a stocking stuffer from Judy
From
that
Philly.
sent us. Yeah, Judy from Philly.
Nice. Speaking of moms, my mom commented that our friends at Okie Dokie, they had a song called Wine Friends. She's been listening to the band Okie Dokie.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Joni. Oh man. What do we have? We have one or two more?
I think you might have two. I have one.
Okay. So I've got at the beginning of this, so where we're located, we're next to St. Louis University. There's a large, I think Jack did arts, beats, and lyrics at the Chaffetz Center here, where SLU's men's basketball team plays, and you concerts and everything like that. So we go on my commute in. I go by the Chaffetz Center daily, and these last two, I'll just get my last two out there. Tyler Childers and Sturgill Simpson were supposed to play, and I've seen Sturgill before. I hadn't seen Tyler Childers, I don't think. And there's this giant, it takes up the entire side of an arena poster. And I was just talking to Monk before the show that I had to go by that as we're in lockdown every morning, staring at this thing, being like, I was supposed to be there, having a good time. Yeah, but I'll just say there's a song called "Make Art Not Friends" that Sturgill Simpson put out. I've listened to a ton. And then Tyler Childers has an older song called Universal Sound that I've just been blaring out. And both these guys are just both from Kentucky, too. There's a lot of talent in Kentucky.
Wait, the sign says "Make art not friends" or "Make art not war."
The song is called "Make Art Not Friends."
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. And we'll get Abraham on here in just a second. Maybe we'll ask him a song that's got him through this as well. What's your last one, E.T.?
Last one is a band again. I never loved until the past few years. I mean, let me say I never didn't love them. I just never loved them as much as I think I should have, which is the Who. And Who Are You? In an effort to get COVID cut instead of COVID curvy, I started doing some home workouts, and that's a song, man. If you're not in the mood to work out, you put on "Who Are You," and it's hard not to get motivated.
Good for
It's
you.
just such a powerful song. The just musically, lyrically, everything. It's awesome. So
No, I agree.
that song hit the rotation a lot. And then honorable mention would be Linda Ronstadt. Doesn't matter anyway. That just popped up a lot, and I just love it. The vibe of that song. Sad song, but the vibe isn't, so it just kind of balances itself. But those would be my five with a little nod to Linda Ronstadt as an honorable mention.
There was I should just look it up real quick. There was a funny musical moment. I'll give you guys. I went home and visited. It's a Bon Iver cover of a country song from the '80s. There's a woman. Dang it, what is that? Is it Judd? I don't know. I'll look it up. But Bon Iver has like a super high voice. And we're sitting outside at my parents' place out in the country over the summer. And I played that on I had like a laptop or something. I played it for my mom. And not kidding you, he hit those notes and we're sitting out there. Coyotes started going off.
No way. Come on.
I swear. Because if you're out in the country like that, and it's quiet, there's not a ton going. So you can hear that stuff. And I'm telling you, it was weird. Like if it was in a movie, you'd be like, I'll look it up. It's I can't.
Text me because I'm gonna play it for my dogs, and I'm gonna send you the video of them going crazy. Because
I Can't Make You Love Me / The Nick of Time. It's who's that? Who's he?
I thought you actually said that to me, like for real. Like you can't. No, I do love you. You've done it.
Somebody in the comments is probably just freaking out because I can't think of who he covered, and the producers don't know how to Google apparently.
Apparently your mom was there when the song went off and the Coyotes played because she said it actually happened.
Yeah, oh for sure. Bonnie Raitt. I'm an idiot. Bonnie Raitt. And then I feel like maybe Terry Reid had help putting that Bonnie Raitt song together originally. Who knows? We'll look into that further.
Yeah.
But yes, Coyotes went off a Bon Iver cover. So we've got our artist. If you want to say hi to Abraham, if he's ready to rock, we've got our drink. How about the band? Abraham Alexander makes a return. We had some issues last time, so we had to get him back on. We love his music. We love him. So Abraham, welcome back, man. How are you?
I'm well. I was screaming, Bonnie Raitt, Bonnie Raitt.
I know. I should have brought you. How do you're in Texas? I mean, I'm sure. I don't know how much coyote chasing you do. How great is that? To set those things off, man.
That's dope. Yeah. No, we don't. We got deer. We got little coyotes out here, but deer is the upper echelon of animals that we see up here.
That's the top of the food chain, deers.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, we have too many coyotes because I only say that because all of my dogs together weigh like 25 pounds, so that's 4 dogs. So they're all little appetizers.
I can't do little dogs. I've got a Great Pyrenees.
You have a Great Pyrenees.
Time out.
Great Pyrenees.
I used to say that too, and I always wanted big dogs and German shepherds and all this stuff. And then my wife comes home one day with this little dog she found on the side of the road. And
it's always that story.
Yeah, and then 3 more that were smaller. Now we have 2 Chihuahuas, a white fluffy thing, and the mutt we found the first time. And I couldn't love them more. And I was the guy saying, I only want big dogs. So I challenge you to go adopt it. Exactly.
That is a problem. California's issues.
I actually think sometimes they look at my dogs like, it's not worth it. Like, there's no meat on that dog.
My brother lives in Southern California. He's got a big gray pit bull and then a little tiny Chihuahua. So it's got a little protector. So that's what you got to do. You got to have your
the pit bull has a little protector because I feel like Chihuahuas, they rule the house. Our Chihuahuas are in charge. Like the biggest dog we have, which again is 18 pounds, and the smallest dog we have, like puts him in his place. Like if he's in his way, he growls, and the other dog just like, all right, man, hey, I just trying to get some water, but I'll wait. You go.
They got little man syndrome.
They do.
It's crazy. I never understood it.
I will say that littlest one, real quick, and I'll be done with my dogs.
You're good.
When we found him on the streets, he was flea ridden, and he must have been on the streets for days, not like hours. And so, he's a little survivor. He's tough. He can survive in the hills with the coyotes and the owls. And I don't know how many months later, but man, is he soft. Like, if he's like, he is not like, he could not survive on the streets again. He really adapted well to being catered to.
I think that's the thing. Like if you take a lion from the wild and you kind of tame it, you can't throw it back out there because it's like, yo, it's 3:00. Where's my meal?
It's not gonna go out and earn it. E.T., you're literally like the face of Jack Daniel's, huge brand. This is, I guess, I just saw you drinking a Topo Chico, which is an Austin, Texas brand. How have we seen an explosion? Like that, like how do you go from like never even hearing of something? I just find it really interesting, ET. Like, how does that happen with a brand?
Coke buys you.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. That's it. I was looking for some nuanced, like, well, you start small, you work with people like Abraham, whatever. No,
Topo
Coke buys
Chico
you.
Became like a bartender brand. Like a lot of bartenders, soda versus soda from the gun or old school Schweppes or something. Topo Chico became the brand, and then I think because soda exploded with what's the other LaCroix, like all the and I think Coke was like, all right, we got to compete. What are we gonna do? And it was Topo Chico
and all that.
And that it just became like there's a few brands that just kind of Q is another one, Topo Chico, and they just came out of nowhere and just crushed. And they're good, man. They're bubbly.
Yeah, for me,
you like your bubble,
I'm not a big drinker, like especially beer. I've just never been that dude. Yeah, go ahead, sip.
Yeah, that looked like I was like, go ahead.
I've just like I'll do an old fashioned now and then, and sometimes the then is a lot. but Topo just makes me feel like the glass. It just feels nice. I don't know, yeah. Like I'm not trying to like. They didn't pay me to say this. I swear.
I find it to be relevant. No, Jack's totally cool with that. They obviously are fans of Coca-Cola. That's for sure.
Yeah, but
and it's good. Also, bubbles are. That's a rule of thumb. If I'm out having drinks, it's one Jack, one glass of soda water, one Jack, one glass of soda water. Keeps you hydrated and slows you down, so you're there for the whole party. So, it's
you don't miss Abraham's big closer. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You want to make it to the end of the show, not just the first song. You want to hear the last song.
See, I don't even drink during shows.
A lot of artists that really care about what they do not, right? Like, because as much as I love the Led Zeppelin band, there are a few shows where maybe some of them should have stayed sober during the show.
Word.
You hear some of the bootlegs, like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like that.
Just powering through.
Yeah,
there's liquor in there somewhere,
or something. Yeah, back then, I don't know if that was always the culprit, but it was something.
I want to remind everybody, since Abraham's joining us, he's kind enough to have thrown in a signed poster for one of our winners tonight. And if you hit share, you're entered to win. That's all you got to do. Hit share. That's right. And give Abraham a follow on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Keep up with all of his cool stuff that he has going on. And I'm ready for a song, E.T. I'm sure you've got to tend to much cooler things than hanging out with me.
First of all, yes, but there's not much cooler than hanging out with Abraham. So
there it is.
But no, I will bid you adieu and leave on the show and listen to you rock out. But hey, man, I won't see you till 2021, so take care. And for everyone watching, New Year's Eve, when it's all quieted down, you're off of your Zoom calls, sit back, relax, chill by yourself, and think about all the awesome things that are going to happen to you in 2021. So just kind of visualize it now, so through the next year we can make some good stuff happen.
Absolutely.
I like that.
We want to get out there and have some fun. So, E.T., we'll see you next year.
Good to see you, man. Chris?
Cheers, buddy. Abraham, what's your first song, man? It's so good to have you back. I'm ready to see it.
Thank you. So first song, I released a cover of Wicked Game by Chris Isaac. And that's the first song. I should have asked you who sang that song.
Just see my brain spin. I'm like, they're on the beach and there's sand and there's I can't think of it.
That's a sexy music video.
I think Like I remember being a kid and being like, should I shut the door? Like, am I gonna get in trouble? Like, what's...
Yeah, like I remember just looking up just songs that were hits because I was trying to dissect what made a hit song as I'm learning how to write. And that was one of it. And I heard the story behind it. And I was like, yo, this is a vibe. And it always stuck with me. So I almost did the Bonnie Raitt cover, or this one was like one of the two that I was going to pick. And I was like, Bone Man already did.
Well, we'll see what animals this gets excited. So guys, tune in at home. This is Abraham Alexander. Take it away, buddy.
Let's try it again.
The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd find somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I knew somebody like you. And I don't know when I fall in love. And I don't know when I fall in love with you. What a wicked thing to say, that you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, no, 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 to make me dream of you. What a wicked thing, no good, do, 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 do. What a wicked thing, no good, do, no, 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 no. And I don't know when I fall in love. And I don't know when I fall in love with you.
How about that cover? Do you enjoy playing that? Because everybody was loving that in the comment. I just got a text from ET that said, "Remind Abraham how much I enjoy that cover." So wonderful job, man. Yeah.
Thank you. I do, man. It's one of my favorite just songs. Period. And just the whole emotion and the feeling from it, and the fact that I'm able to, it's not exactly like the original, but there's
No, you put some spice to it. It's good.
Yeah. When I listen to it, it's just probably because there was someone who scorned me at the time that I listened to it, and so it just
held on to that. Yeah, you're like, well, thanks for the fuel. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Man, do you think that makes people nervous who date singers? Or comics would probably be worse, but singers can be immortalized. Like the comedian side, if you're dating a comedian and then they go up and write a couple bits about you, like, okay, some people laugh. A song could be immortalized. Like, people still want to know, like, the Carly Simon thing. And then, like, Dave Coulier gets brought up just as much for being the guy from the Alanis Morissette song as anything else.
Yes.
I wonder if that's something people worry about.
I think there's a pride to it. On the other end, like I'm the one who made him write that song, or no,
Right. Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
I feel like people are just egotistical like that. You know, it's just like that song's about me, and it got 100 million views. You know, like what?
Right. Hey, that
like
song saying how terrible I was to this person's at 100 million on Spotify. So, you know.
exactly. It's like can't. It's like yo, you can't tell me I didn't do nothing for you. You
Right.
know that type of thing. Yeah. So I've
If
had
they
that.
provide that fuel.
Yeah.
What about body parts? Would you write a song about a body part that failed you recently, dealing with an injury? I've
I
heard,
wasn't sure where that was going.
like, Chris, come on, man. Come on. We can do this.
I wasn't sure. I was like, nah, nah, nah.
Man,
Yeah.
I talked
Yeah.
to you like what, a month ago, and you're like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to have this surgery. Yeah, I'm gonna be laid up." What happened, man?
I was trying to be LeBron James, but I was Leroy James, and and I ruptured my Achilles. So it was, yeah, it was. So I played college soccer, and always the thing was like, man, just Achilles was the worst. It was like the death sentence. And so I tore my ACL, and I was like, oh man, at least it wasn't my Achilles, you know. And 7 years down the road, I ruptured exactly that. So it was crazy. I didn't even cry. I didn't shed a tear. It felt like a dream, honestly.
Really? Like it took you out
Yeah,
of it?
yeah. Because I that day I had watched a game. I can't remember who was playing, but I was watching a game with my dad, and it was a football player who just broke his ankle, like catching, like scored a touchdown, went down. Dak, you know, having that, and Clay Thompson, like around the same time, just ruptured
Yeah.
his Achilles, and so it was just like I was in a daydream to where was the universe trying to warn me not to play a damn sport? Like it was so surreal, but yeah, it's been nice.
Well, you've got some more time to write. So,
And I have been, you know,
have
it's
you?
been
That's great.
it's yeah, there. What's wild is while I was down, this is week 6, week 7. The first I was down for 10 days before my surgery, and so the demons that I had to fight while I was just in bed. I mean, there's some great songs that are coming out of it for sure.
I believe it too. And man, I
Where-
guess I forgot that you played a college sport too. Like the dedication that takes, especially soccer, the cardio that's involved with soccer at a collegiate level. No thanks.
Oh man,
My
it was
gosh.
brutal. It was
Yeah.
brutal. We did soccer. I grew up I was born in Athens, Greece, and lived there for 11 years. And so like that was the main sport that we played, and there was a lot of racism that was going on at the time. But if you're like a really good athlete or whatever, like they didn't care. Like, yo, I want you on my team because I want to win. And so when I first got to the States, my birth dad signed me up for football, thinking that it was soccer, but it was like it was American football.
Right.
But yeah, soccer for me, I hate running, I hate cardio, but I hate it. No, hate it. But to play soccer, I would do anything. And we had to do we did the beep test, which is like, have you ever heard of a beep test? It's like to see how well you're conditioned. And so there's a beep that would go, and after every 30 seconds or so, it would get faster. So we did that, and then we would have to run 2 miles in under 12 minutes. And if you couldn't, then you're cut. So that was
It's never ending. Yeah.
never ending.
Well, I'm glad you're using your time wisely, and I'm sure we'll
Thank
all
you.
benefit from that. If you want, man, take it away with another tune. I appreciate it.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Slow down, babe. Don't wanna rush this feel. Don't let this fire that's between us burn cold steel. And now you said I am a liar. 'Cause every word I sing, you've heard it from another. This is an old song I sing that's turned cold steel. Uh-huh. We fight and we play in this lover's game. You cried, I tried, but things stay the same. This is an old song I sing that's turned cold steel. We fight and we play in this lover's game. You cried, I tried, but things stay the same. This is an old song I sing that's turned cold steel. Slow down, baby. Don't wanna rush this feel. Don't let this fire that's between us burn cold steel. I know I am a liar, 'cause every word I sing it to another. Oh, this is an old song I sing that's turned cold steel. We fight and we play in this lover's game. You cried, I tried, things stay the same. This is an old song I sing that's turned cold steel. We fight. And you turn, you turn, turn cold steel.
I wanted to let you just keep going, man.
Dude.
This injury's done some nasty things to you with that guitar. I'm digging it.
Dude, you're not kidding. I've I've like transfused myself into like a pedal board, and I downsized. Not even downsized, because I didn't really like mess with pedals much, but I had accumulated all these things and then kind of chunked them away, and I've got like 3 pedals that's on my board that I just love, and I got this micro synth that's just insane. It's
I'm digging this, man. It's fantastic. I was gonna say, I know you're. I don't know if is there a connection between you and Leon Bridges? Or are you just a fan? Like,
nah, man, that's like my big brother.
Okay, I thought we'd maybe talk about something. How great is that? Just this just made me think of it because the effects and everything. That what is it? The Avalanches, they put out that album with Interstellar Love with him on it. Can we just talk? Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that as much as anything. Holy cow! I can't stop listening to that tune.
It's fire, man. You know, he did a phenomenal job this year. Like was a silent assassin. He released an EP and 6 or 7 other tracks, like singles out. But yeah, that song is awesome, and his writing is impeccable. Just talking about his faith and you know, just what this year has been, and it's awesome. Super proud of him for all he's doing.
So for you in your career, I mean, I assume that's gonna like kind of show you the groundwork, right? Like saying, hey, here's how this guy who I respect's done it. I assume that you want to follow a similar path.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, and I want to be very careful about comparison as well. You know,
sure.
Of his career path and mine and what that looks like. But you know, having him, you know, we live in the same city. He's one of my best friends, and he's probably the most selfless individual I've ever met. And so he's constantly pouring into me and calling things out of me. So yeah, it's definitely a plus having someone like that in your corner.
No, it's incredible, and it's very cool because what that does is that makes you help people that are coming up behind you, and then them, and so forth. Like that's, I think that's really important. Whether it's him or if it's a parent or anybody else that can just throw out positive vibes and just give something back to somebody that they see talent in as well.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah, no, that's funny. Now, I don't know if we talked about it, but that was, he's definitely
the dude.
Big. Oh, yeah,
for sure. What's I know you're hobbled right now and everything. Or since I talked to you last, I mean, how are things in Texas? Are they? Is it still a little like iffy?
No, you know, it's like a twilight zone. You know, Texas is very much rights, and you can't take this and that away from me. I've got my guns. You know, which it's like one of the things I hate and love. You know, it's like, yo, I'll do anything for this country. It's like, all right, well, wear a mask. Nah, like
but I won't do that.
Yeah. It's like, nah, I won't do that. You know, the government's trying to control me. It's like, nah, bro. Like, I think the worst thing we did was tell each other that wearing a mask was protecting someone else. Like, if we said, yo,
great point.
Like, wearing a mask is protecting you, everyone would be wearing a mask. You know, sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. And we're egotistical beings. And so when someone's like, yo, wear this mask, it'll save someone else. Like, no, wear this mask, it'll save you. All right. Like, all right. Cool.
It goes on. But that's well spoken. That's a great way to put it. And that's, unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. But I don't know. We'll see. I hope we can get, I don't know. I hope by summer or fall. I hope by fall, I think that's somewhat realistic. There's like a semblance of some normal stuff. Like we work with the Kransberg Arts Foundation right here. They're putting on a thing called Music at the Intersection in fall of 2021. I really hope that like they're doing an awesome job of doing these safe shows and contact tracing and all that stuff, but like legitimately safe, not the like, oh, it's safe. And you get there and everybody's like, screw it. So they're going to put it on one way or another. I hope it just looks like it's close to what a festival felt like in the past.
Yeah, you know, I'm optimistic. You know, like I have to be, because it's the field that I love and the field that I want to see move forward. Because if it doesn't, then my career takes a hit. So
that's not funny. It's just like no,
it's true. You know, so I'm optimistic and hoping, but I don't know if we'll. Maybe it is. You know, we see the Roaring '20s and what that was the byproduct of being like suppressed in a way. And so praying that that's what happens in a healthy way, but also I'm being like logistically to where people don't have to be wary about their business or losing whatever, like, hey, like you're sanctioned because you did this. That it'll be very much like, all right, 6 feet away or 7 feet, 20 feet. I don't know. We can only have 100 people for 1,000 capacity room. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that doesn't add up. Yeah, it just, like you just can't. Like it costs too much money to do those kind of things, and
exactly
to put on a safe show too. Like just the parameters. Like if you have a large band, like all those people are making money. You got to have engineers. You got to have this, that, and then whatever.
Precisely.
Yeah,
precisely.
We forgot earlier. I don't think we do because we were talking about me being an idiot and couldn't think of Bonnie Raitt. Do you have a song or a couple songs that have kind of hit over and over this year? Are you catching yourself listening? I've listened to so much. I think I said this on a show or two before. Like the last show I went to was not oddly, but just I wouldn't have expected it to be the last show I've been to. Was Raphael Sadiq at the pageant here in St. Louis. Like you didn't expect me to say that, and it was
no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I've listened to that guy more than I would have ever thought, and at the same time, like I don't know, I've definitely discovered a ton of music. And say what you want about streaming services, which I would probably agree with, or YouTube even. Those rabbit holes that they lead you down, like those can be pretty good. I've definitely explored a lot of music during this time.
It's brilliant, and as an artist, it's helpful for me as well, because someone who's similar to me and my song might trickle in there and they listen to, and that's how I've had a lot of my listeners. But Phoebe Bridgers is an artist that I've just been soaking in, and she's not one that I would regularly like just vibe to,
right?
But she's a phenomenal just songwriter, artist in general. So I've been listening to a lot of her music, a lot of Otis, a lot of oh my God,
Bonnie Raitt.
Nah. Hold on.
Nah, not this time.
Nah. Gary Clark. For sure. There's this. So like Gary is like one of my. I would say, if someone would ask me, yo, who's an artist you would love to like collab with? Like Gary's like my number one. And he was one of the reasons why I even picked up a guitar. And so, but every time I go up on stage to perform, there's one song that I play right before I go on. I'll probably still have my like earbuds on as I'm walking on stage, and it's Wings by Gary Clark. It's like this awesome, it's not too hard, not too soft, but just like helps you calm down. Check it out. But Gary, and then
he's incredible. Yeah, phenomenal.
And Lovely Day by Bill Withers, that's been on repeat, and I played that to combat my shitty days with the Achilles.
Sometimes you have to force it through, man. No, I think that's a good prescription for people. That's good. Like along those same lines, if you need to like force it out, like listen, maybe Fast Car has been played a few times too many. Maybe not. It does the job. Okay, so just mind your business.
Exactly. You asked me for one song and I gave you like 20. So
We could name 30, so I appreciate it. And I just want to remind
sure.
everybody, if you guys hit share, you're entered to win the signed poster from Abraham. And if you tell us a song that has gotten you through 2020, we're going to pick a winner for that Jack Pack, as I called it, the Jack Daniels backpack that you can hopefully take out hiking or somewhere fun in the new year. So I'm going to let Abraham, we've got another song or two. If you're up for it, man, let's hear it.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
With the pedals, with effects, everything.
I know. I'm. Let's see what's going on. Does it do any good if you don't plug it in?
I think we're going to fight through it. I think that you're going to persevere, and we're here. We're 3 songs in, 3 great songs in. So the last time is washed away officially.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm just happy to see you, man.
I still feel bad. I really do.
Stop.
We need to talk about that too.
I was wrong, I know. Am I the one to blame? I found another home, yeah. Heard her calling out my name. Tell me if I go too far, I become the lonesome lone star. Tell me if I go too far, would I ever find my way back? I wonder if I stay, would I ever see home again? I wonder if I stay, now would that be my journey's end? I wonder if I stay, will I ever feel love again? I wonder if I stay, now would that be my journey's end? I love the summer rain, but I'll miss Libby's face. I love the London streets, but I'll miss the Texas highway. Tell me if I go too far, but I become the lonesome lone star. Tell me if I go too far, would I ever find my way back home? I wonder if I stay, will I ever see home again? I wonder if I stay, now would that be my journey's end? I wonder if I stay, will I ever feel love again? I wonder if I stay, now would that be my journey's end? No matter where I lay my head, you know where my heart remains. No matter where I lay my head, you know, I wonder if I stay. Ma 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 ma, yeah.
Brittany says, so good. Josh says, Brittany says, Stay is one of my top plays this year. We've got Josh commenting, so many plays. Ola says, adding Abraham to Making Love / Fire Pit playlist. New fan tonight, brother.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's so great, man. Yeah, everybody go follow Abraham's social media. He's got the website up. And again, you can win a poster tonight if you're getting in on the action. You just got a compliment from the engineering room saying somebody's pretty good at looping for being new at that. Like, that was very smooth on the transitions, man.
Oh man, thank you. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy just the sounds that you can generate from just one small machine and the ideas that can just germinate.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's really, really cool.
No, it definitely is. And again, thank you to everybody for tuning in. I know we got one more song with Abraham, but I'm curious if you do. So you've got the injury you're dealing with. You've poured that into writing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do whenever it's? We'll just say we'll just be hopeful. You get to throw on that Jack Daniels backpack if you win it tonight, and you get to go see a live outdoor show with Abraham somewhere.
Yes.
What do you want to do? Like career-wise, like say your people are like, hey, we've got dates, you can hit the road, you can maybe record some new songs. How do you say things open up normal? Like, what is the game plan, and have you even thought that far ahead?
Oh yeah, I'm constantly thinking
every second of every day,
all the time.
Yeah.
The one thing I can record whenever, but
right.
the one thing that's kind of dangling is, can I tour? Can we go out and play and be in front of people? Because that's what gives the record legs, is touring and people listening to it. So that's my one wish. That was on the Christmas list. It's like, please God, let these vaccines work. If you're taking it, let them work. That's
right.
a whole nother issue. Yeah. But so that is what I'm praying for, is the ability to go out and be in front of people, and for strangers to become family, because that is how I give my songs worth. That's what gives my songs meaning, is being in front of people and creating an atmosphere, and in a span of 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, strangers become family. And it's hard to do that here. Like, I'm playing, but I don't know the people listening. I can't see them.
Right.
There isn't that connection. There is, but there isn't.
No, you all, like, you're at a show and somebody spills a drink and then you guys laugh about it, and there's a moment. Somebody remembers that and brings it up.
Yes.
3 years later, it's like, remember when you were at outside that venue and this thing? And you're like, holy cow, yeah. And you immediately, you just tie so many memories and moments and smells and feels.
Absolutely.
And all of that, yeah.
I can't tell you. I can probably tell you every single. It's not that many, but I went on tour for the first time last year. With a guy from the UK, and then with Charlie Crockett, who's a phenomenal artist as well. And I can tell you, out of 70 shows I played last year, I can remember every single one of them, because they were that meaningful to me.
Wow.
And the first show I played this year was opening up for the Black Pumas here in Dallas, and they're like, which was like.
What's their manager's name? Is it whoever their manager is? Ryan. Ryan. I'm not taking away from the Black Pumas at all when I say it. Mm-hmm. Ryan's doing some work, boys. The Black Pumas, they've went to, like, people talk about them like they're like a band they've been seeing since the 70s now. They have done so well for themselves over this thing. And not to say they weren't, gaining popularity before, but I'm talking, they are big time now.
Man, it happens when you get nominated for one Grammy, nonetheless 3, and I think they're up for Record of the Year, which is like next to Megan Thee Stallion for, like, they're doing phenomenal. But I definitely that was probably one of my favorite shows I've ever played. Just
Was
the
it just
atmosphere.
electric? Yeah.
It was. It was. That was the first time I played with the band that I'm with, and you know, coming out 2019 playing solo for 70, 80 shows to like, all right, this is 2020. I get to play with the band and kind of show that the bigger sound and doing it in a listening room. It was electrifying. Like it really, really was. And was kind of like that projection for the next year. And also having South by around the corner, so
Right.
yeah. But yeah, I take every single show to heart, even if it's like me playing in front of 5 people or me playing in front of 500 or 5,000, like, man, the fact that 5 people came to my show means the world to me. Like my songs impacted them so much that they're willing to drive out of their house and drive in the snow, rain, sunshine, whatever it is. They're taking an hour, 2 hours out of their day to come listen to someone they've never met, because something I wrote down and
That's huge.
And played. Yeah, it's an honor, and I'm grateful for every single individual that comes out, every single show I take to heart. So that's what I'm praying for 2021.
Well, I'm hoping that stuff comes true because we got to get you up to St. Louis and have you play some shows sooner than later, man.
Yes,
it'll be, man. And what's before we get to your last song? What kind of band setup are you looking at? Like, because the type of music you can play, you could have, 3 folks up there with you, or you could have 10. And it would work. It gets a little costly with the horn sections. I get that, but
yeah. It's funny. So the one with the Black Pumas was I've got a guy playing keys and organ and like synth bass and stuff, and it's awesome. Just me on guitar, and I've got my amp running stereo, so it kind of fills the room up, and 3 BGVs, and that is it's I can't
amazing.
even.
Do you love that?
It blows my mind every single time we play.
You're like, there they go.
It blows my mind because my songs are very much about the lyrics and very much about the meaning and having, for me, the voice is the best instrument that you could ever produce. And so everything is, the more you like it is because it probably sounds more like a voice. So like, oh man, that guitar melody, it sounds like a singer, or man, those keys and what he's doing, because it sounds like a singer in the run. So I try to emulate that as much as possible with my music, and for the lyrics to carry on and the emotion. And so sometimes it can get lost with 3 guitar players or a drummer or whatever. Like eventually I'll probably add drums, and that would be it, to
fill it out.
Instruments. Yeah. So fill it out and give it that beat.
I'm looking forward to it, man. You've given us so much time, so thank you so much. Do you have another song in you before we get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm sitting here trying to think about what I should play.
Just pick on your guitar, play. Just let the loops go for a little bit. Just do it for 30 seconds. We're fine. Whatever works.
You got it. Let's see. Here's a new tune that I wrote, and it's about me in Greece for the last time, and my mom telling me to hurry the hell up, and because we're leaving. So.
Knee deep in the unknown, 10 years old, but he's still grown. Feet cold, still bold, he told me so. I know everything's gonna change, and maybe I'm naive, just too young to see. Distant memories are blinding me. Well, she said, hurry up, hurry up. Drive them off, drive them off. We've got places to go. We've got places to go. Oh my, Hurry up, hurry up. Dry them off, dry them off. We've got places to go. Knee deep in the unknown. Just breathe, you fully immerse. Dry off those tears and start to rehearse. Sweet lies, goodbyes, a new life. And I know, oh my, maybe I'm naive. Just too young to see. Distant memories are blinding me. But she said, hurry up, hurry up. Dry them off, dry them off. We've got places to go. The teeth in the unknown. And just a little longer, I'm not ready to go. Just a little longer, oh my, deep in the unknown. Hey, and just a little longer, I'm not ready to go. Oh, just a little longer, deep in the unknown. But she said, hurry up, hurry up. Dry them off, dry them off. We got places to go. We've got places to go. Hurry up, hurry up. Dry them off, dry them off. We got places to go. Knee deep in the unknown. Hurry up, hurry up. Dry them off, dry them off. We got places to go. We've got places to go. Hurry up, hurry up. Dry them up, dry them up. We've got places to go. Knee deep in the unknown. Mm.
Heck of a way to end the show. What's the name of that song?
Knee deep. It's not out, so I'm sorry.
No,
But
no,
yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing it with us, man. Abraham,
sure.
it's been a true delight, man. It's I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing you just explode and continue with all the great music that more people find. And gosh, come back anytime. Let's kick it once things are normal. Thank you so much, man. What a great show.
Dude, absolute honor, Chris. Thank you so much, and to the whole team for just this whole thing. Awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks for being patient with me, man.
No
I
way.
appreciate
No,
it.
so good.
Yeah.
Katie Tupin, shout out to you for hooking this up as she
Yes,
does
yes.
with so many of our great artists. And big thanks to Jack Daniels for putting this on, Kranzberg Arts Foundation, Snappy Bigman Coffee, and all of the great people who support us. I will pick those winners and DM you guys either tomorrow or the next day. So thank you guys for tuning in to Drinks with the Band. We're back next week. We're going to have an absolute blast. We've got a bunch more shows throughout the end of the second season. So Abraham, take care of yourself. Be well, man. We'll
Absolute
see you soon.
honor.
All
Be
right.
well. Thank you, everyone.
See you, everybody.
Bless.